98 Seattle's Morning News. The topic is air conditioning, and joining us is our panel of experts, which includes brand new air conditioner owner David Burbank. Hello, David. And veteran of summers in Chicago, Gee Scott.
No doubt about it. Veterans of summers in Chicago where the humidity is just, oh my goodness. But you grew up, well, let me get into that. Not many in my family, when I was growing up, had AC. Mm-hmm. I was probably some of the only ones in my family that grew up with AC, right? So for some reason, it just wasn't that way. Now, today, there's a lot of people with AC back in Chicago. In Seattle, when I first moved here 25 years ago, I didn't really think you really needed AC. It was probably just one or two 90-degree days, and it's kind of hot, and then that was it. Now, it's crazy how much you need AC. It's crazy. So, of course, we talk about, the health conditions of people. We talk about little children. We talk about our elderly population. We talk about those with health conditions needing AC. Nah. Everybody needs AC. Mm-hmm. You need a good night's sleep. You need to be able to think right? You go to work. You spend all that time at work. When you go home, you want to be comfortable. Right now, Seattle needs it. Everything with the heat, the wildfire smoke that has come upon us these days, every place should have. Now, do you have AC in Mercer Island?
No. It's 78 in our house. We have so many trees. We don't need it. And actually, sometimes it's mostly for fire suppression, but I have a sprinkler on the roof that I run for about 20 minutes at noon and cools the shingles off. Now, David just bought an air conditioner, and he says it's life-changing.
Oh, it was the best investment we've really ever made. I think we got it for like $250 on sale at Best Buy, of all places. We bought it a couple months ago, set it up last week in our new apartment. Our old place was a absolute sun soak. It was facing where the sun would rise, and it would just beat in there. It became essentially a greenhouse. And so last summer we were really struggling. So we made the choice this summer to get one, and it has been incredible. This last weekend we were able to sleep every night. Our dog is way more comfortable. It is such a game changer.
Right now, I don't know, but is it just me, or is allergy season or allergies the worst
year round?
No, well, for me right now, never in my life and it's been since COVID. Yeah. Before COVID, I never had any allergy issues. Post-COVID, man, and then like last year, I'm like, okay, that was bad. Okay, maybe it won't never happen that bad again. And this year, oh my goodness, I don't know what is going on.
So I'm curious, do either of you two, since you now believe in air conditioning, have any climate guilt?
It certainly is something that I'm thinking about. Well, I spent my entire childhood, never had AC, never was allowed to crank AC in the cars. My parents either had cars that had broken air conditioning, so we weren't able to use them, or my mom was stingent that if you were hot, you rolled down the window. That was the only explanation. And so I was always told AC was kind of the enemy. And so I grew up being against it or seeing it from afar and wishing that I could get there one day. But learned, recently that the climate impact is huge, especially in southern states.
Can we just think about that for a minute?
Yeah.
Like, people would actually make you feel guilty for turning on the AC, or make you feel guilty, like if you go camping, how dare you shower? How dare you not sleep in a tent? You know what I mean? Like, why do we want to keep the finer things in life away from folks? Like,
Let me introduce you to my mother, Susie Burbank. That's very much her forte.
And the answer to your question, do I have any guilt?
Yeah.
No. And this is the last thing I think about is guilt. I know me and Sully are the same. I ain't guilty of nothing.
I saw a hard no from Chris, too.
No.
Yeah. No, keep me cold.
Yeah. And by the way, I like it to where I like the AC to be on, and I want a blanket over the top of it.
Yeah. Sure.
You know what I mean?
That makes complete sense.
I gotta keep the blanket. All right. What else? That's enough AC talk. Yeah. But I think that more people, no, not more people, everybody in America should have AC.
There you have it. Gee, Scott, 9 o'clock, KIRO News Radio. Thanks, Gee.